IPN pretty brave, obviously bringing the Zenyatta into this particular matchup. Shawful will be looking to harass, but he's taken down by Track early on in the fight. That's IPN down now, the 1-for-1 trade, but this is looking much better for Norway. Track lands himself a nice double barrage and a finish off on Crimson. And Norway move in. There's a D-mech there. Tricky wasn't intending to trade as much damage as he did, and he actually gets taken down after the fact. A huge piece of the puzzle now missing for Norway, and Decod struts over to the point just to try and maintain control here with that Primal Rage, but Canada goes for the sound barrier here, and Decod's hacked. He can't even jump back onto the point until that's expired, and over the top, Shawforce just getting that damage in. EMP available for Canada now. It's going to be the Transcendence used preemptively, and IPN won't have that stripped away from him, but Shawfall bites his time, and there it is. Hack on at least 4 players of the Norwegian squad, and they'll be forced away. The barrage from Agilities this time, and he finds himself both Track and Ico.
I will say this though, Mitch, they did force Canada to use all of their ultimates during that fight.
Less mobile or more vulnerable targets in general. Decod spent some time around the lighthouse, and Shawfall's taken down early, so credit to Norway, they've done a great job, and what teams failed to do yesterday, Matt, was to deal with that Sombra early in the fight and not give Shawfall carte blanche. Ico actually takes down Crimzo mid-air there with the Caduceus Blaster, and now Agilities is lacking his mercy. Track turns his attention to more pressing issues, and that is Norway recapturing the point. Should be 71% to 50.
You'll have Surefire get on. Can test him for a little bit, now backs up, so.
Decod's going to wait out the hack and then return to the point, but much of that Primal Rage duration was lost for him. Now he returns to his normal form. No, maybe intended for that one to go out the window, but he drops it right on the corner. Self-destruct doesn't find any kills for Canada thus far. But Agilities now has freedom. IPN is beleaguered, beset on all sides. And there's Zenyatta out of the picture for Norway. Looks like it's a matter of time for Canada now to get very close to that 99%, and they're staggering this fight out, Matt. That's the crucial point.
Yeah, Track gets actually hacked in the air, so not able to use any of his abilities to get back. It's going to be a AKO hack. So he's not able to get back towards the point as well using Valkyrie. This is definitely looking like it's going over towards Canada.
Only got Tracer, thus far unsuccessful. Shunted off the point. Does get a D-mech at least on towards Note, but that's a punch in the back of the head on Agilities. Sends him packing. IPN is able to deal with XQC, that Discord, or finding some value, but he's sitting on the point now, and he lacks his mercy support. Shawfall gets in there. XQC brought back to life for good measure, but that will do the job for Canada. Round 1.
Yeah, and IPN actually gets hacked while he has that Transcendence up. Not able to get enough healing. And Decod with Primal Rage should be able to stay alive for a very long time. A lot of large HP targets going to come online here for Norway.
Barrage there, coming under from Agilities in the back corner of a Tricky Phantom with a double self-destruct, and there it is, the Deadeye claims 2 more. 2 ultimates, 4 kills. Norway happy with that one. They did lose only got a decomp, but they still had the numbers to control the point. And at the death, they bring it back.
Tricky will be forced to back up. We can see how exactly the self-destruct happened.
Agility's trying to solo Winston, this time punished for it. So back to the point, Canada like to retake as soon as possible. Notice Shawfall's EMP getting ever closer to being available. IPN's Transcendence still sitting in his back pocket. Some of that residual rally armor remaining for Norway. But IPN is about to have that stripped away from him himself. Zenyatta, very important. Knocked away. Canada have control of the open area. That's the tricky part. After the EMP, nicely played. Now IPN comes in with a Transcendence. Of course, line of sight does render you, immune to getting hit by that EMP if you're inside. Crimzo now comes out with a response EMP, and it's a second support ultimate drawn out of Norway. Sound barrier now only got. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive. He was deep in enemy territory, and it's dangerous when Agilities is patrolling the skies. Only got an IPN, probably the 2 most important heroes right now for Norway, are down. It's looking grim, man.
Yes, Decod switches over to Wrecking Ball, gets some of that reactive armor on the point, but almost gets hacked up here by Surefire. Not going to be able to make it back in time. That'll be a map 1 win here for Canada. Hit everybody with a big anti-grenade. They can't do anything.
So Track, at the start of the fight, he's forced to use his translocator, right? So returning to the fray for him now is going to take some time. Tricky gets desuited here, and Decod already fell early on, so all the initiation capacity for Norway has been removed from this situation. They really can't do much now except sit on the low ground, and Track there just gets a face full of monkey fist, and it's all over for him.
Yeah, they use their coalescence during that fight. Maybe you see them switch off with the Moira now. As
how do you have? Oh my God, this is hard to watch.
But it may be a little bit too late. No real chance of building up a Zarya grab this late in the game.
Goes it out, Matt. Bionic Grenade not really getting much there, so there is an opening here for Norway to come forward. see Bunny is going to have to wait for his cooldown on that particular ability. Punch on towards Tricky. I don't know what Agilities was looking for. Someone behind the D.Va. It looks like he didn't really want to use his cooldowns on that D.Va. Regardless, he's going to have to now. He gets lasered down by Onigod. The Transcendence was a little bit too late to the fight, but Crimzo still giving the healing to the rest of his team. Self-destruct in the backline. Crimzo thought he was going to get away from that one, but he was just too far around the corner, and he's taken down by Tricky. And now No trying to take to the skies to get a bit of space, but Canada completely split. It's the divide and conquer strategy for Norway, and it's worked out. They'll get the first point. Well, they need the shields from Rally, probably the morale as well. If I'm honest, Shawful drops in big EMP, and Track is just completely smashed up against the rock face. 4 deaths already for Norway. They're going to try and tentatively push the car, but it really is just Tricky left. He will be desuited, moved away. Overtime will be done, and Canada put up a staunch defense on Blizzard Worlds.
So we'll see if, oh, there, they'll spot him out as Surefour just runs right into him.
Hello, quite the rendezvous there between two Sombras. Track decides to pull the plug on that one. And that could be a bit of a problem here. No Translocator available for it. Tricky deseated already. The dive is on Canada, wasting no time and getting onto that high ground. Tricky, just a mini D.Va left for him right now, and Aiko, he wants that health pack. But the boop on Agilities will prevent him from even being able to get that one. He will be picked up in time. Now it's up to Onigod and Track.
He'll get to the high ground so fast. There's going to be a nano blade that comes through for Canada trying to put this one away.
IPN just got cut through. One fell swoop and he was done. Self-destruct here for Tricky. Might actually get killed before he can remech here at this stage. XQC was trying to boop him around a little bit. But that self-destruct doesn't yield too much. In all fairness, the Agilities blade didn't either, but it doesn't really take that much at this point. Aiko trying to get back to the payload. He gets there just in time. Tricky drops on top. Track's also going to have to join in. Cowabunga, they drop in on the top. Unfortunately for Norway, it's just drips and drabs. It is not enough. A couple moons since we saw this approach on Horizon. You bring in that Sombra as well, but Onigod just got a face full of 50 cal there.
The point and just keep it going.
I mean, I'm watching. I'm very interested in how Aiko operates this as Lucio, where he puts himself to give that healing to his Track. Oh no, the poison mine claimed him. And now Shawful has so much more room. There's no Genji in the picture, but this is the Dio that we're looking for from Norway. They were lacking healing at the outset, but they're trying to get in and get the damage done. Unfortunately, the fight went a little bit longer than they would have liked.
You can't have so little healing going against the jump in here at that EMP,
But only got to use the pulse bomb to apparently no avail earlier on, so he's lost that.
And I mean, you're going to have a Dragon Blade, but the other side's just going to have the Transcendence to lay down through it. So you're not really going to be able to do anything with that unless you do have IPN hit one of these big EMPs and take out Zen.
So to take before they get there, that's really the important one. No, they've lost Aiko already. That's just terrible for them. They needed the sound barrier in this next fight, and now it's not available. Shawful found Decon as well, and it's a very ragged Norway squad that eventually crawled onto the point, but all they have time to do is roll over and give their last breath. Onigod's head goes rolling, and Norway, no one stands alive.
Obviously not running a third tank, you're running the symmetric.
They're on the point already! Matt, this isn't how it's supposed to happen! Canada have set up now, but Norway are trying to fight back at them. XQC still looking healthy, but doesn't really know where to put himself. Charge doesn't connect on Track, who already found 2 kills. Very dexterous on the Genji. The hand of Canada is kind of revealed, but you're going to have to go back to spawn here as it doesn't quite work out.
Hey, when you come through the...
Methodical in their approach. In the back line, it was Onigod. He went down to Shawful. The Sombra 1v1. He can add that one to his list of achievements, I suppose. Track's going to have to think about using this Dragon Blade pretty soon, but he's at half health. Self-destruct onto the point. So this is going to force a repositioning from Canada. He runs straight into the self-destruct. Track couldn't survive it. XQC bounds on forward, and IQ has turned into a pancake. And that'll be it, Matt. Just the one tick was all that Canada needed on the point, and eventually they come up with a winning solution. Map 3. The impetus from Norway here, slowing them down.
Norway has also used a ton of ultimates to just kind of push it towards the end when they haven't really had an opportunity with the fight.
Maybe they lost their nerve at the last moment. XQC now, obviously. Oh, IPN, you don't have time to go for the teabag, my friend. Gets the Bionade dropped on him and Note punishing him. That's hubris for you. 1-for-1 trade though. 2 supports missing from the map, and XQC has to take a step back for the time being. Crimzo trying to keep him nice and topped up, being charged in from Mangachu though, and that's a D-suit on Tricky. Note can press forward now and has a self-destruct as sort of a get-out-of-jail-free card, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be necessary. Norway are down to their last fight. They'll get staggered here for a moment. Decod now first in, very deep. In fact, look at where the rest of his team was standing, but Shawful gets caught up in between them. He's down to Tricky. XQC now trying to reciprocate, get himself into the back line, and again, the Primal Rage will be forthcoming now. If he can use it before he goes down, he does. He got Bionated, but he's still okay. Aiko falls inside the small room, and Track trying to make ends meet with this Dragon Blade, or separate them as it were. That's just Mangachu down. Track having to back away, gets Bionated positively by his teammate, but no, Norway start falling like dominoes now. Barney with the cleaning crew over to the payload, and that will do it. Norway will have to be satisfied.
Fight is huge. You did use 2 ultimates there. Canada's 1. You used your Infrasight and your Tire.
That's unfortunate.
Let's see, it's going to be Torbjorn turret falling, and you're going to have Tricky getting demexed. So let's see if they use the nano boost here. You're going to see the Dragon that comes through from Mangachu.
IPN drops in. No Bionade available to him when he was hacked, by the way. That's super crucial ability for Alan to have available to her, and Ico now is hacked. Really not much he could do there, unfortunately, for the Norwegian squad. Now it's just going to be Track trying to get rid of Mangachu, but Hanzo Arrow finds its mark finally. And now Tricky will get kicked out of that mech. The turret, of course, of Torbjorn doesn't function anymore because they're out of its line of sight.
I think XQC is going to use this jump to either push players back into the spawn. Yep. Oh, he's going to lock the Lucio. Really smart play there, trying to put the pressure on the
Did
Lucio.
you hear that as well? Sleep dart from IPN didn't manage to find XQC, so now he really has a lot of freedom here to work. Not getting any big knockoffs at the moment, but Crimzo from downrange finds Ico. Self-destruct Crimzo. Oh, can he get away from that? He does. Block line of sight, gets around behind the pillar. Tricky falls to Mangachu's turret, and the Torbjorn really starting to flex. And Canada will come away with the 4-0. The clean sheet, Matthew, continues to be written.